Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review on a Stihl MS193T chainsaw. This chainsaw here is my own personal saw. I bought it back in April of 2015 of this year. And I still have it in new condition. And the T here stands for top handle. And the cover did come with the saw as well. It's a 14-inch bar. Now when I bought the saw, it came with a 14-inch 43 gauge bar and a 43 gauge chain, which is much smaller than the chain that's on right now. Now since I bought the saw, I've added my own bar and chain, which is 50 gauge. It's a much beefier chain and bar, and it's going to last a lot longer than the original one that came with it. And here's a close-up view of the chain. Now it is a 14-inch bar on the saw right now, but you can add a 12-inch bar if you want it smaller, or you could add a 16-inch if you want it a bit longer. And on this tag over here, it shows you where it's made. And this saw here is made in the USA. And there's also a tag at the back here that gives you a bit more specs on the saw as well. And in case you're wondering, it is a 30cc engine. And this is a really light saw. It only weighs 7.5 pounds or 3.4 kilograms. The reason I bought this saw is because sometimes I want to do work and you need a nice light saw with a top handle like this. Especially if you have to go up a tree, I find it a lot easier to cut branches. And the fact that it's a light saw is very nice as well. And by the way guys, I paid $359 for it in April of 2015 this year. The price has gone up a bit since I bought it. Now usually these saws come with a 1-year warranty, but if you buy a 6-pack of mixing oil, you can get 2 years warranty, so I went for it. And I also received the user manual and the chainsaw tool here. Now I'm just going to start by showing you some of the features of the saw. Nowadays it's standard to get a chain brake on every saw you buy. This chainsaw here comes with a primer bulb. This is the choke over here. The carburetor is located back here. And these are the toolless caps. Now this saw here does not have the elasto start. It's not spring loaded when I start it. That's the way I wanted my saw. And I also like the fact that you can adjust your chain over here. You just loosen the nut, grab your chainsaw tool, turn it clockwise to tighten up the chain, turn it the other way to loosen it. I find it much better to have the adjusting screw here as opposed to having it here or behind the bar. And it is a drum sprocket on this chainsaw, not a rim sprocket. And the muffler is located right here underneath the clutch cover. Now what's nice about this saw as well is the hook back here for attaching it to your belt. This is really good if you're going up a tree. It just comes out like this and you can snap in your hook. And this saw here has a good anti-vibe system. You can see just by moving the handlebars. And by the way guys, the choke knob is over here. If you want the choke on, you put the knob over here. Here's the on-off switch. It's on over here and it's off up top. And you can also lock the trigger. I'm just going to take off the air filter cover to show you guys what it looks like here. The carburetor is behind this black cover here. Your spark plug is down here. And when you take off the air filter, you can see part of the anti-vibe system or the buffers. Here's one over here. Now for the fuel mixture, you can use 50-1. I prefer using 45-1 because it's a little bit more oil. And for the braking procedure, what I will do is just basically run it in spurts. I'm not going to go do a full day's work with it right off the bat. And what I mean by that is just spurts of throttle. So I'll be using it for a few minutes, then letting it cool down and so forth. And after a few tanks, it should be good. For the first few tanks of fuel though, I am adding a bit more oil. It's actually going to be 40-1. And on the third tank, I'm just going to go back to 45-1 fuel oil mixture. Now I haven't really used the saw since I bought it. So what I'm going to do now is start it up and go test it out and show you guys what it can do. Now even though this is a top handled chainsaw, technically you are supposed to have both hands on it when you do any kind of work. I haven't started it in a few months, so I'm going to use the primer, the choke, Now I have used one of these saws in the past. They used to be the 192T. They're really hard to come by in good use condition, so I just figured I'm better off to buy a brand new one. This way here I can use it to make videos. It's going to be a nice clean unit to work on to do that. It's just too hard to wait for one to come in the shop because, like I said, I don't see too many of them. Now if you wanted to buy the bigger professional model of the Stihl top handle chainsaws, you would have to buy the MS201T. It's almost twice the price, but it's got a lot more power and it's built a little tougher for everyday use. And by the way guys, there is a link to all the specs of this chainsaw underneath the video. If I've forgotten to mention anything, you can read it on Stihl's website. And if you own this saw, please comment under the video and let us know how you like it. And I highly recommend that you buy the extra 6-pack of Stihl oil to double your warranty. And another tip too is make sure to keep your receipt, because apparently if you are the original owner, the ignition module is guaranteed for life. Things may have changed by now, but just make sure to register it and keep your original receipt. And as you've probably noticed, I am very happy with this little chainsaw. I highly recommend it. Thanks for watching guys. Make sure to subscribe and you can see me in my next video. Have a great day.